Hello, 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 Instagram friends. Jen Brookmans here, coach for sensitive souls who struggle with the overwhelm and emotional fatigue that can come with being highly sensitive. So today I thought I'd come in and talk about some of the things that I have found helpful to building and keeping a regular meditation practice. The one key thing is to find what works for you. So, a lot of people say, should I do it in the morning? Should I do it in the evening? Do I need a meditation spot and a setup and all of that stuff? So, my finding is that meditating in the first thing in the morning is helpful because I do it and then it's off my list, and it's less likely that I'm going to put it off and then not, gets to bedtime and then I'm like, I'm too tired kind of thing. So I do find a morning meditation is helpful. But if you already have super early mornings and, getting up extra early, doesn't feel good, then, do it before dinner or do it before bed. You just find a time that works for you. When it comes to setting up an area to meditate, that can be beneficial. A lot of times there are certain things our bodies just find with when we're creating habits, it can be beneficial for our bodies to have a specific spot, just because it can help us get into that mode easier. But it doesn't necessarily matter. Like, I used to have a pillow that I used to sit on the ground, but now I prefer the couch, and I travel and here between friends and family, and I meditate at their place, so it's not like it has to be the same. So again, finding what works for you. The other thing is to do it. Like, I used to put it off, or I'd be like, oh, I'm too tired or this, and now what I do is, even if it's 5 minutes, I set the timer for 5 minutes and I meditate every single day, even at the end of the day if I'm tired and whatnot. I have been doing a morning practice regularly, and I've found that very helpful to start my day. But on the days that doesn't happen, I will, if I get to the end of the day and I'm like, I haven't meditated, 5 minutes, and I do that. A daily meditation practice of random times, 5, 10, 15 minutes, versus once a week, once a month at 20, 30, 40 minutes is much more beneficial. The regularity and consistency is much more beneficial. So just finding any time that you can do it on your lunch, or if you're in a 9-to-5 type job, before you go to bed, whatever works for you. Let me think of the other things that can be beneficial that I found helpful. I like Insight Timer as an app. I think they have paid ones, but they have I think they have guided ones for free on there. I use the timer, and I just use the sound and the timer, and I meditate on my own. Obviously, I have I do Meditation Monday every Mondays at 7 p.m. typically, around there, Eastern Standard Time. And I do have a Instagram chat group where I let them know that I'm going live with that. So if you're interested in joining that, just to get a heads up that I'm going to be doing that, if you want to join live, we can do that. But I also have them on Instagram TV, IGTV, and I also have them on YouTube. So lots of meditation resources there. And those are my main tips. The other thing is seating position, which is important. It's better, unless your focus is to fall asleep, your best bet is to sit in a seated position. So, and that can be supported, with pillows. Usually you want your hips a little bit higher, and then something under your knees. I find if I'm sitting cross-legged and I kind of move so that my ankles aren't overlapped I'm less likely to get my leg falling asleep. And to help with the sore back thing, it's usually more about posture. So I find my hips back, nice upright, shoulders back and relaxed, and looking straight ahead. You can also do it in a seated position with your feet flat on the ground. That's perfectly fine too. But I don't suggest laying down unless your purpose is to fall asleep. So at night when sometimes I do 2 meditations. I've been trying to do that lately and have found that very helpful. Sometimes I'll do one right before I go to bed, and I do that one laying down, and it helps me fall asleep. So that's okay. But unless the purpose is to fall asleep, I don't suggest laying down, because personally, I fall asleep if I'm laying down meditating. Yeah, I think and there are many different types of meditation. So, even if in the past you have struggled with meditation, I encourage you try different people, like different guided meditations, different types of meditation. Meditation can be used for relaxation. It can be used for visualization exercises. It can be used for self-awareness and body awareness, and kind of learning to focus on the present and noticing what is in your current experience. And there's, walking meditation. So there are all different types of meditation. So I really encourage, it's like exercise. Just because you don't like jogging doesn't mean you won't find something that you don't like, like swimming or biking or something else. So with meditation, there are so many different kinds, and it can be a matter of finding the right teacher or the right guided meditations that suit you. There's so many resources out there, especially for free, so definitely check them out. And if you have any other questions or comments about this, questions about meditation, reply back in this, and I definitely would love to address them. But those are kind of my top tips. It's just, setting the time aside, going through with it, even if it's a short amount of time, finding a way to get comfortable, and finding the resources that work for you. And yeah. All right, my friends, that's it. It's a short one for today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening, and I will talk to you soon.